Hi there. Two quick things at the beginning. Want to remind you that we will be at the Midwest Gaming Classic in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, this coming April 3rd and 4th, and I believe the 5th as well. Whatever that Sunday and Saturday are. I say them backwards because I'm cool. We would love to see you. We are doing a panel with the Retronauts. It'll be a good time. Also, we are able to go and do those live shows because of the support of people like Ben Reliford, Zane Thistleford, Joshua D. Hanks, Gordon, and Devin Villant. They have all gone to patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv and supported this show and the entire Duckfeed network. That is patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv, and we extend our sincerest thanks.
My name is Gary Butterfield.
My name is Cole Ross.
And you're listening to Watch Out for Fireballs. It is a Games Club podcast.
And this week we are talking about XCOM, Enemy Unknown, which is a strategy game developed by Firaxis and published by 2K for the PC and consoles in 2012.
I'm back on a regular microphone.
I know.
No longer on the backup, baby.
You're on the same microphone that I'm on.
Yeah, it's weird.
I recommended it because I like it. It's a good microphone.
Yeah. It's I'm looking at it. It seems all right.
Okay.
I don't know who this character is. Nice microphone. Seems all right. Yeah. So, thanks to patrons.
Yes.
For, funding this venture and allowing me to buy equipment when I have catastrophic equipment failure.
Mm-hmm.
And rest in peace, Rhodes Podcaster.
Yes.
Also, big thanks to specific patron, Nicholas Gardner.
Yes, who is the person who executive produced this episode. This is our premium episode for February, and boy, it's going to be a weird one.
It is going to be weird. It's a spicy one.
Yeah.
But it's something that we've had on the list to do for a very long time.
Yeah. Like back when we were retro only, we talked about doing like the original 90s ones. And then this version got incredibly popular, and we've been looking at it, doing it ever since. So,
yeah, and this is a great game.
It's wonderful.
It's keeping our our 2020 streak of bangers.
Mm-hmm.
Feels good.
Yeah. No, this is this is fantastic. I had a really good time with this, which is good because you spend a lot of time with this game in order to like see everything and get it.
Yeah, to kind of grok it. And it's worth noting a couple of things, just about that. One is that, I assume that you played through this on normal.
Yep.
Yeah. So did I. This game, we're in tactics here, which means that every once in a while we might run into some tactics wonks. And this game does have a Dark Souls-esque culture of difficulty masochism around it.
Yes.
That I've noticed. So just throwing that disclaimer out there.
Yeah. If you're a classic Iron Man, please understand that we're doing a survey of this.
Yeah, it's a survey, and also like call us Tactic Baby, like Baby Tactics, which is a DS game. I like imagine Baby Tactics. I would play. But like we call us Tactics Babies. Do as you will. Like I have more XCOM in my future. I can imagine having a lot of fun upping the difficulty on this game. Like this is the type of game that actually works for me.
Yeah.
But this was the first time I beat it. I'd stalled out a couple times on it, and I wanted to see the complete game. So what I'm trying to head off is you didn't do the real version of this. kind of feedback, because that, and this, it sounds like it's a straw man, but I've like legitimately seen it. It is a thing with this game. Like there's one real way to play it, and there's a bunch of fake baby ways to play it. And if you play one of the fake baby ways, you are a fake baby.
Yeah. And
I am real baby. And also, it's a bad way to look at games.
Understand that, we're coming at this for an audience who is really similar to, what we were before we kind of came to this. And like in my case, I spent 55 hours in it, I think. I would need to check Steam, something like that. Yeah. It's a lot.
Big game.
Yeah.
And the fun we had was not fake.
No.
Just because we weren't pushing ourselves to the tactical limit.
Right. So like I came to this, having enjoyed in the past turn-based strategy games, tactical combat kind of stuff. And like the process of getting on board with this, definitely was trial by fire. I think I had 2 abortive campaigns where I just did a complete restart and used my knowledge to get myself a better footing. And I didn't really save scum that much.
I play this in a way that I've somebody on the Slack referred to as Bronze Man. Like there's Iron Man, but then there's Bronze Man, which is like I do a save at the beginning of a mission. If I have like a catastrophic failure or something happens that just feels incredibly unfair.
Yeah.
And unfair meaning not like I miss a shot with a 90% chance to hit. I mean, the way that the turns work out is someone throws a grenade that blows up a car that kills like 2 of my dudes.
Yeah.
And I just didn't get the chance to move because I think that the way the cars blow up in this game is a little bit wonky.
Yeah.
I'd restart, but I rolled with deaths. I let team members die.
Yeah.
In it, and the game has some anti-save scumming, kind of things in place for it as well. But I liked playing it kind of Bronze Man.
Yeah.
Quote unquote. It's like how I do immersive sims as well. Like a lot of the time, as opposed to writing the quick save, it's like do a quick save before you do kind of a string of things. Create checkpoints for yourself.
Yes.
Down it.
Yeah. So, don't read this as us being defensive. Like, read this as us defining who this is for.
Yeah. Setting expectations is good.
Yeah.
The episode, speaking of setting expectations, the episode's going to be a little bit of a weird one because though this game does have a narrative to it, it does resist our normal treatment. So kind of the first half of this episode, since this is our premium episode, there's a public version and a Patreon version, and the public version is going to be talking about the general kind of shape of the game, its premise, its history, the general flow of it. And then in the back half, we're going to be talking about units and aliens and story missions and types of missions and things like that. Similar to our Into the Breach episode is probably the closest thing.
Yes.
This will be.
Yeah. And this is a very mechanically intricate game. I think intricate is probably the best word for it. Could be complex or complicated. I think intricate is right because everything touches everything else.
Yeah. It's a box of build. It's a big, crate of building blocks. That the game randomly assembles, like there are roguelike elements to this almost. Like the game randomly assembles terrain, the mission types you'll get during a month, the types of enemies that'll populate that mission.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to roll with that within like a certain constrained and increasingly widening gyre of possibility space as you like unlock more and more types of foes and mission types.
Yeah, as the invasion proceeds. Additionally, by way of expectation setting, we are going to be talking about the Enemy Within expansion. You just kind of alongside, interlinked with stuff. Please understand if we don't call a particular thing out as being from Enemy Within. Which released in 2013. The content melds really seamlessly with the main campaign.
It's great.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, this is the best way to do like this kind of thing.
Totally. It seems like it was made for it. Like this feels like it obviates, enemy unknown, basically.
Yeah.
So in this game, you play as the commander of XCOM, which is a multinational extra-governmental organization assembled to combat the threat of extraterrestrials.
Yep. You are working for a shadowy organization called the Council. You never see the face of the person who talks to you. Good. Yeah, no, they're fine.
It's very Council of 13 Venture Brothers. Extremely that.
Yeah. But as the commander, you both kind of micro and macro manage the affairs of XCOM, going as far, micro as to order the movement of individual troops on missions. But you're also like deciding how to use XCOM's resources to kind of expand your base and research new technologies.
Mm-hmm. And that's XCOM's trick.
Yeah.
Like, and this was XCOM's trick in the 90s as well, right? So like, this is phenomenally done.
Yes.
The way that you are managing these two different scales is something that is not done very often in games and almost never done this well.
Yes.
It is also something that tends to be like, as I mentioned, this is an XCOM thing in the 90s. This is like the purview of strategy games on the PC almost. Like when you run into this outside of this kind of genre specifically, you end up with things kind of like ActRaiser almost.
Yeah.
Is like the pop console version of these two things integrating, but it's not nearly as seamless. The loop of let's do some stuff in the base, let's go do a mission that then feeds into the base, which feeds into the mission is fucking incredible.
Yes.
The one more turn aspect of this game is just like irresistible.
Yeah.
Like it is really hard to put this game down.
Yeah. Each little like individual, like, kind of atom of game in this leads into the next one incredibly seamlessly. Seamless is going to be the watchword for this episode, I think. And the way that both failures and successes cascade and, the consequences of, a slip up or a victory kind of slip into everything that comes next builds this huge sense of momentum in both senses of the word, right? Momentum and inertia.
And that can be positive or negative, right?
Yes.
Like you mentioned a couple of restarts. This is a game where it is possible to like fuck yourself over.
Oh yeah.
Like, and just really, there's a lose condition for this. There are a couple of them. You can fuck yourself over. You have to kind of think of those first couple runs as learning it. And it's one of these things. It reminds me a lot of
making
the closest game. Nope. Because I don't throw away food for no reason.
Okay. All right.
And I can eyeball a pancake. Okay. I don't understand why. I know that's your thing. And then I saw other people reference it. And I still think it feels so fucking alien to me.
Yeah.
Like, it's not hard. I'm not trying to brag and like,
no.
Not the perfect
I understand.
pancake,
You're an
edible pancake.
MLG breakfast cook over here.
Just an edible pancake is not a high bar to clear. So I was going to say it's like Darkest Dungeon.
Yeah.
In that, like, you have to, if you enjoy the loop of it, like if, the combat, the body of this thing, if you're into that, that is your key to unlocking XCOM because you can't think of this game as something that you're necessarily going to win or succeed on the first try. You have to enjoy the process of learning and practicing and like doing that over and over and over.
Yeah.
And luckily, like, for me is that process isn't fucking incredible. Like it's really, really fun.
Yeah.
So doing those couple failed runs of getting to know this and wrestling with the kind of downside of that momentum or inertia was a joy just as much as it was a joy to get to the other side of it and being like, I can build some positive inertia because I know how valuable satellites are.
Yes. Oh my God. And once you kind of like hit that tipping point and you kind of get that upper hand and kind of the rich become richer as far as your development and combat goes, that is so rewarding as a feeling.
Feels good.
Just like when you understand that, like, yes, I can actually like stomp on this now, and I am no longer like selling sectoid bodies in order to get the last $3 to research this thing.
The weird Johnny who keeps buying sectoid bodies for some reason.
He's gonna fuck them. Yeah.
He's definitely gonna fuck him. Like that's basically the gray market.
Yeah.
So you ever want to fuck a weapon fragment? Well, now you can.
It's still warm.
So it's hotter than a $10 laser, baby. I'm $10 laser baby.
I'm not into this age play thing you've been on across the network recently.
The baby thing is just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Babies are not funny to me.
Yeah.
But not having to, as you mentioned, like no longer having to sell that stuff. And the cool thing about that is it mirrors the arc of the narrative.
Yes.
like this game, and this is getting into, the premise a little bit here, and it's kind of all over the place, but it is the rare game that gave me some oorah feelings.
Yeah.
I never feel that in video games. Like you give me like a military or Earth Force versus aliens, like, Kami Pinko Gary is just like, well, the Earthlings are probably wrong. like where's the narrative that we're the monsters? Like, we have to be, basically, we're horrible.
Yeah.
And this game, like, I was just like, yeah, fuck yes. Like, and you'd have your, Commander of the Aliens, or their days are numbered. There's a one specific line read I love from your main nerd who's like, I wonder if it was all worth it. For the aliens, I mean. And I'm like, man, I fucking love that. Like,
yeah, no, it's I was going to cite Independence Day as like a triumph against the invaders kind of story. It works really, really well. You get invested. I got invested in my crew, my A team and my B team. That's partially because I named and modeled them after people from the network.
Well, you got to do that.
Yeah. So step one. Name a character after you say you care if it dies. Yeah,
no, it's like we all learned that from Silence of the Lambs. Just keep saying the victim's name so you'll think of them as a human.
Yep.
So you're part of this organization. You do this micro and macro affairs as well. The base part is mostly about researching either new equipment for your units, different benefits, different buildings, things that feed into the weakest part of the game, I think, which is like the dogfighting.
Oh yeah, that feels so throwaway.
Yeah, we'll get to that. It's like not updated since the 90s XCOM, really.
Right.
That kind of thing, and then that feeds into your soldiers, who then use that equipment to go out and actually do tactical battles. Killing aliens gives them resources, which they then bring back, which you use for research and building things, as well as levels.
Yes. Yeah, you are kind of growing a crew with veterans, essentially. Yeah. They rise in rank and you get to customize them. And we'll talk about that in the back half when we talk about the different classes and stuff.
Yeah. And it's very, very similar to Darkest Dungeon. If you think of this, like I had an A team and a B team more or less, and eventually that faded. Yeah. And the big breakthrough for this and Darkest Dungeon for me was to think that I'm running the roster. I'm not running a team. You want a deep bench. And just being like, hey, I want all of these tools. So, and I can look at a situation, assess it, and throw the correct tools at it.
And the way that it naturally encourages you to develop that deep bench is a thing of beauty, I think.
Really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Man, this is such a good game, Gary.
It's really, man. I mean, like I beat it not too long ago, and I'm already considering, like, first of all, this is getting way to the end, but never played the second one and want to, even though it's supposed to be very hard, but maybe that's the difficulty ramp up I'm interested in. Yeah. I also really wanted to just restart a thing on hard, the next difficulty up, and just see could I handle that? Because I know what to do now.
Yeah. And knowing what to do matters a lot, So we already talked about the difficulty stuff. Kind of the big axis that I see everybody talk about is Iron Man or not Iron Man, because everything is so chance based. In addition to the tactical decisions that you make, reloading will be a temptation. It's up to you to manage that.
Well, the reloading also, it has limited efficacy in the base game. Rolls are deterministic, so once you and what I mean by that is if you roll a shot and miss, if you reload from right before that, you'll still miss.
Right.
It codes your rolls in advance. There's a way to turn that off in something called second wave options, which we'll talk about. But generally, save scumming is to not do a thing.
Right.
If you save scum, and really all I would do save scumming for was, again, being able to restart a mission if it went absolutely catastrophically, or just for nonsense. So there is kind of a compromise for it, but Iron Man playthroughs of this are, a little bit of a gamer badge.
So we should get started by talking about the tactical combat, because this is where you're going to spend the majority of your time here, kind of in these turn-based, tile-based or grid-based combat missions around the world in both rural and urban areas.
Yeah. And, specific unit types and enemy units, mission types are going to go in the back half of this. For now, we're going to talk about real basic stuff. Helping, people determine, this will be kind of, this game has a reputation for being super tough. This will be a game, episode of service for some people.
Yes.
There are people who just don't have tactics brain, and that is okay. So the game takes place on a grid, but everything is fully 3D.
Right.
So it is 3-dimensional. There is elevation, things like that you need. And the default camera is pretty cinematic, both between kind of showing your area and sweeping it around, and then these little kind of cutscenes that will play.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you move.
I was happy that you were able to turn that off, although I did not find a way to turn off the slow-mo. So,
oh, sure.
Yeah. I just wanted to eventually, the cinematic camera lost its value for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kind of wanted to be able to iterate rapidly through combat. But yeah,
wireframe.
Wireframe it. Yeah, to let me see, make decisions and see results and take everything out in between that. But yeah, you're here. You're commanding up to 6 units. You start out with 4, and you have the ability to research officer tech, which I guess means getting extra seats for the for the plane.
it's like Commander, we've unlocked the bunk bed.
Commander, the couch folds out.
Commander, the aliens are using Murphy beds. With this technology, we can.
But yeah, you control them, and you have the ability to perform 2 actions in 1 round. But this is constrained in a way that will really inform your decisions.
Yes. Yeah. So generally, attacking or using an item ends the round. There are perks to get around this. So you move, then act. This is a big deal.
Yes.
Those perks that allow you to subvert that can be very powerful. The other thing is your soldiers perform all their actions in one go, then the enemy goes. There isn't an initiative order to this game, so it's similar to Into the Breach like that, not like Final Fantasy Tactics.
Right. So you move, then act. Notably, if you move, you can, before you act, you can switch to a different soldier. So if you want to get a bunch of people into place or use somebody to aggro a certain group of enemies, you can do that.
You have complete control over who's doing what when, basically.
Yeah. So like we said, shooting will end a round. And using powerful weapons like sniper rifles or rocket launchers will require 2 action points. So you cannot move or fire them in the same round, again, unless you have an ability.
Yes. So because this is not a very melee focused game, even though there is melee, cover, flanking, and invisibility is incredibly important.
Right.
Line of sight, things like that. There are 2 types of cover. There's full and half. Certain cover is destructible.
Right.
This is worth mentioning because I don't know where else it is. I mean, I don't know if you got a presentation bullet point here. The destructible environments of this play into the kind of cinematic camera of this in just a wonderful way.
I love it.
If everything around you wasn't blowing up all the time, this wouldn't look nearly as cool.
Yes.
God, it sells the threat though. It sells the threat and the power so well.
It really does. Especially when you are using regular ordnance and the enemies are using plasma, and I shoot them and okay, nothing. They shoot me, and even if they miss, those things are still powerful enough to bring down the side of a building.
Yeah. An Arby's right behind me collapsing because a Thin Man Mist is so satisfying and cool looking.
Yep.
God, it's good.
Yeah, and it's not just presentational; it does play into the tactics. Hiding behind fragile cover, not necessarily a good idea. An explosion can change the topography of a map.
Well, and you can use that tactically against the enemy to destroy their cover. Ooh. Tactics.
Yeah, I hope you're ready for us to gush about this. We should have said that toward the beginning. But yeah, cover is good. It mitigates your just chance to hit, and also the chance that an enemy will critical do a critical hit on you. This is a small numbers RPG. You end up you're dealing with HP in the 10s, not in the 100s as it is. Also height matters quite a bit. When you're making your move, you can climb up drainage pipes and things like that, or jump down. It's very dynamic, very 3-dimensional maps.
Yeah. The game is kind of infamous for critical hits.
Yeah.
So critical hits do a lot more damage, obviously. Since time immemorial, critical hits have meant one thing. They're a really important part of this game. Mitigating them, enemies being immune to them, banking on them and getting hit by them is huge. There's also this element of, when you attack, you get information on your chance to hit.
Yes.
That is another infamous part of this game. There's the hard times that I'm generally skeptical of had the XCOM player uncertain about 99% OkCupid match, which is pretty funny.
That's very good. Yeah,
pretty good joke.
There's a good article. Somebody in Slack posted it, and I do not know how to begin searching for it, but I read like a pretty good breakdown of specifically how this lies to you.
Yeah.
And how it like influences the percentage to make a 70% chance to hit feel different on different difficulty levels.
Yes, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
it is a real like you will have that example bias, or anything like that, where you will constantly be like, how could I miss 375 hits in a row?
Yeah.
I've rolled dice. This is dumb.
Yeah.
And that is a feeling. But if you, one of the things in my breakthrough playthrough, this one that I beat it, I was like, I'm going to notice when that works for me.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to make a conscious effort to notice that when like the enemy seems like they have a sure shot on me and they miss, and feel good about that as well. And not just feel horrendous when I like miss what seems like a sure shot.
Yeah.
Additionally,
like if you miss too many times in a row, it'll give you one. Like
it gives you an automatic hit.
Yeah, there are certain ways that it again, just the ways that it lies to you to make percentages feel different. Eventually it broke down to like a heuristic, like if a direct shot on somebody was like less than 50% and it was not life or death, I would like set that player to Overwatch so they would shoot somebody when they were out of cover. Stuff like that. You just end up like finding a reckon that works for
like
you.
An order of operations for it. Yeah, absolutely. So explosives kind of will mitigate that chance to hit. Those are done differently. They're free aimed and they have an AoE. They have a 90% chance to hit, which is really good. They can still miss.
I love that. I love when you just like biff it.
Yep. Which is, I did one time, me and some friends got a hold of the Anarchist Cookbook as a .txt file in early internet days.
Yeah.
And we built a little bomb out of a 2-liter soda bottle with like aluminum and acid.
Okay.
And things, right?
Yeah.
So we went down to the park to blow up a part of the park.
To blow up civic property. Yeah.
Yeah, to blow up some civic property. And I went to go throw this bomb and I threw it underhand.
Uh-oh.
And it scraped the bottom and just landed right at my feet. Like I missed the 90% on this thing. And then we all ran like it was going to absolutely kill us. And it just, caused this like big pop.
Yeah.
Right. Like it was not a bomb in a traditional sense.
No, more of a noisemaker.
But it was a very funny, scary thing. Yeah, it definitely made a mess. Like I definitely fucked up some grass.
Yeah.
So like all those grass are going to grow up to like Kill Bill me.
Yeah.
Like all their children. Their children.
Get pissed off the Triffids, man.
The 400 grass you meet in heaven that kill you.
Oh geez. But yeah, it's funny when you biff
explosives.
it. But yeah, and explosives, like we said, they will kind of let you change the shape of the map. You have access to these like right away. Early on, basically your choice for carried items comes down to either a med kit or a grenade, and grenades will always let you do this.
And there's a trade-off about this because if you blow up an enemy, you get fewer resources. One of the things that is the magic of XCOM is that one, it handles the risk versus reward, basic element of video game choice thing, better than most games and in many, many different situations. The other thing it does is usually when it gives you a choice, you want both the things.
Yes.
And this aspect of it is easiest and safest to blow up enemies a lot of the time. However, you're going to get the fewest resources. It's even harder to take these enemies alive, but you're going to be able to steal their stuff.
Yeah.
Like how much do you feel like risking the lives of your soldiers in exchange for the greater good and the long-term mission?
Yeah.
Being constantly put under that choice is a really fun thumbscrew to live.
Yeah, I love playing this as like a disaster and risk manager. Basically, it is a constant, just like basically doing triage and free fall is what the first half of this game is like.
Oh yeah. Fog of War is a big part of the game. If no team member can see something, then you can't really see it. You can still see the topography for a little while, but not the things within it.
Right. Like you will generally see like roughly where something is moving if you're close enough, but don't have like a particular, but don't have their exact position. It always makes the alien activity sound. when they're moving.
And I think you're hearing them.
Yes.
Is the idea.
Yeah. Additionally, the fog of war is important for spawning enemies onto maps. It is not like every enemy on a map is active right when you drop down into it. There are things called alien pods. These are not like hardware. This is actually like little groups of enemies, like pods of porpoises, right? Mm-hmm. Little groups of enemies that only become active when you discover them. The majority of these, it looks like you caught them pooping.
There's a lot of, I really do wonder what they're up to.
Yeah, they look at you like, boo?
Hanging out.
Like, does nobody knock on this planet?
It's like, Commander, you've caught the aliens masturbating yet again. The Council has faith in your ability to watch them J.O.
This is a filthy episode.
Well, but yeah, so they run. So what this is designed to do is to make you play cautiously.
Right.
This is like, in terms of tactics, this is like the anti-Bloodborne. This is much closer to like Dark Souls or Demon Souls. Like, you are going to want to like, there is room for aggressive tactics,
mm-hmm.
but spawning too many, eat the food you have on your plate first.
Yeah.
If you spawn too many of these pods, that is a really good way to get overwhelmed and start losing soldiers.
Yes.
And part of the reason why I think this game resonates with me so well is that I am a naturally very conservative video game player.
Right.
Like, I like to play video games cautiously and take things apart piece by piece. And this game rewards that
mm-hmm.
in a big way.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely an Overwatch turtler. And there are things that they do to discourage that. And there are particular kinds of missions where that is suicide. This is something that would be, that is a tactic that would be wildly discouraged in XCOM 2.
That's my understanding. Yes. I still want to play it, but my understanding is XCOM 2 is basically an answer to that.
Yes.
Like, what if gamers couldn't do that?
Mm-hmm.
And there's, always the same thing with Bloodborne. Like, there's the argument that is degenerate play and it's not good, but
mm-hmm.
The fun I have doing it is real.
Yeah. No. And just, I'm able to do it. And if I can manage the, if I can manage the disincentives you put in, then I don't know. It's kind of like I'm doing the challenge run now, huh, punk?
Yeah. I'm gonna put this on my. I'm gonna put the always use the shield thing on my resume for Bloodborne.
But yeah, this is important. I mentioned Overwatch turtling. XCOM does have an Overwatch system. I'm not sure if it's the first game to call it that. Like, this was present in Shadowrun as well.
Yeah, in the 90s, XCOM, there's Overwatch.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure if they called it that. But what this does is, if you don't want to use your firing action during your turn, you can say, hey, fire whenever you see an enemy move. And that lets you, take a shot at an enemy when they leave cover, which usually, so they say that this comes at a slight disadvantage to accuracy. That will almost always be outweighed by the benefit that you get by getting them out of cover.
Well, getting them out of cover, and then it also allows some asynchronous actions. You're basically getting a free action. It costs ammo, and you do it at the opportunity cost of not reloading or hunkering down, which is the safer option. Overwatch ended up for me being a very contextual move. If I didn't have anything else to do, or I was trying to cover for somebody specifically, I would do Overwatch. I didn't really do an Overwatch crawl generally, but Overwatch ended up being very useful for that specific reason.
It's hilarious if you set multiple people to Overwatch in the same kind of region of a map, and then when one sectoid, just the basic alien steps out, 7 people
Man, we were going to talk about it but when I got mind control in this, and I knew somebody's time was almost up, preparing the firing squad around them with Overwatch. So for when that guy wakes up from his mind control coma and is just surrounded on all angles.
It's so good.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, Overwatch is important. There are some systems, XCOM 2 discourages this kind of turtling. Also, there are systems in this game that do, specifically a type of mission that we'll talk about in the second half, and then meld canisters, which are part of the enemy within.
Yes.
This is a way that you can get this resource that you use for the 2 special soldier types that you get, and they self-destruct after a number of turns. So a lot of times, you're encouraged to move forward in the map to uncover them. Once you uncover them, they have a little counter above them for how long they'll stick around. If you don't get to them in time, you'll lose that resource, but rushing to them can sometimes trigger more pods. So again, that constant risk reward choice that you're being asked to make in XCOM.
Yeah. I didn't make a note of this, but it is an important system. Thank you for reminding me of it, Gary. You do have ammo. It is not like a maximum number of shots you can do within a mission. It's clips, right? So when you run out of ammo, you end up having to use one of your actions, one of your attack action rather to reload. This can fuck you.
Yeah, I love how it doesn't matter until all of a sudden it really fucking matters.
Yep. It's like running out of toilet paper.
It's very similar to running out of toilet paper, and it's like somebody who is definitely wiped my ass with a sock as a kid. I understand. It's not great.
It's not great.
Yeah. So, so that ammo thing, there also ammo is a resource. So there are certain abilities that will use more ammo or use all of your ammo. So it kind of just operates as there's also an ability you can do to make the enemy run out of ammo, so they have to reload. It is kind of an all-purpose equivalent of stunning almost.
Yeah. This is a little bit offset. Most of your character classes have the ability to equip a sidearm along with their main weapon. And switching back and forth between your pistol and your assault rifle or your shotgun ends up being an important decision to be able to make.
A free action. I got very little out of the pistols, but there are pistol builds. There are there are situations in which they're good. So successful actions and completed missions, primarily killing aliens, grants experience to your units. As your units rise in rank, they become more capable and valuable. They unlock different abilities and kind of an either or tech tree. For them, ability tree. And the big thing is that their will, their aim, and their movement stats increase. This is really huge.
They will generally be more capable. The 2-hit and 2-critical percentage chance between a captain and a rookie is gigantic.
Aim is huge. Just hitting your things that the game doing what you ask it to do is something you want to control for.
And will ends up being incredibly important as well, not just to this network as the co-host of Everything to Guppy, but also as a stat in this game. If will determines your whether or not a unit will panic when something bad happens. So if they take a critical hit and don't die, they may panic, or if they witness an ally's death, they'll panic as well. And that takes away your ability to command them the next turn, and they will automatically do something possibly stupid. Sometimes they'll run and take cover and hunker down. Other times they'll run out into the middle of nowhere and take a pot shot at somebody.
And the other thing, this makes you less likely to be mind controlled. Having high will, which is huge. Because mind control is a big deal. The other thing is, I guess reading about this, in earlier versions of the game, a really common panic action was to shoot your squad mates. And they tone that way down.
It still happens occasionally.
It still happens. I've had it happen, but it's much rarer than it used to be, apparently. So when a unit is down, there's kind of two different things that can happen. They can either just die, and I think that's a damage threshold. If enough damage is done past their 0 point, otherwise they can be downed, and you have a limited number of turns to reach the body and stabilize them with a health kit. Health kits are one use unless you outside those upgrades. So this is a big deal. Stabilizing them as opposed to healing a unit that's still up and fighting is again a risk reward. I want both those options. And I only get one. That is where interest lies in video games.
And stabilizing is not reviving. It's not like you're going to put your own piece back on the board. You are basically using a turn in order to not lose the progress that you've put into possibly a veteran soldier. I eventually started feeling really bad at how expendable rookies were.
Oh, sure. Gotta throw people away. Again, Shades of Darkest Dungeon. This game is to treat you to look at the greater good.
The greater good.
The greater good. When an enemy is hurt, they go out of commission for a certain number of days, depending on how badly they're hurt.
When an ally soldier is hurt.
Or when an ally, I mean, maybe it happens to the enemies too. We just don't know. They're blown up in pieces. And just
scrape them off the pavement.
He'll be reconstituted to Muton too. When one of your soldiers does this, so you're encouraged to just taking a wound is not you're not healed up to full automatically at the end. Taking a wound is a big deal. It means you likely cannot use that soldier next time. This also plays into the upgrades, which we'll talk about, but soldiers can get benched for a little bit. And this is something you have to keep in mind until you developed a deep enough roster to where you can always cover.
And what's nice about this is generally you'll have a percentage of your dudes who are just, still in the med bay when the next mission procs, right? When it becomes available. So this is like a natural rotation to, basically recirculate your dudes so they will so that you will have both a deep bench and a broad bench.
Yeah. Yeah. Have like, by the end of the game, have at least, 16 pretty good guys.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty decent. There's also a cool system for working around this, which is the mechs that you can get, the little bots, the shivs. Those are part of this as well. So like there are a couple of times where like I had a bad mission last time.
Mm-hmm.
Too many of my people are injured. I have to throw out a robot.
Yeah.
The old robot that I have on the squad has to go out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Send out your little battle bot.
Yep. So the other half of this, the base development, kind of managing your base and managing the world's panic levels, are part of this. So at the beginning of the game, you select a continent where XCOM will be headquartered. If you're doing the tutorial, which is kind of a bummer because I did it because I wanted to see it for the content, to talk about it, you have limited choices. You can only do Europe or North America. Mm-hmm. But this choice is important because the different continents confer these different advantages.
Yes. So like doing it, setting up in Africa gives you more cash at the beginning. Mm-hmm. I believe like North America like cuts your like Air Force.
The Air Force.
Yeah. Europe gives you more gives you easier access to scientists, and like research is cheaper. So after my first one, after I saw the tutorial and did my next two runs, ultimately did South America. Because they have it's a questionably named perk called We Have Ways, which makes alien autopsies and interrogations instant, which really, really speeds up the early game tech tree.
It can definitely help you out a lot. I think that if you're not doing the tutorial, I would do that or the one that gives you more cash.
Yeah.
All in, I think is the name of that one.
Mm-hmm.
Because money is going to be really tight.
Yeah.
Early on. You can get these advantages other ways as well. Mm-hmm. You get them either by choosing your home base or by getting total satellite coverage.
Right.
Of those different continents. And we'll talk about all the different benefits and stuff and a little bit more about that later.
Yes. So your base comes with some facilities by default. Like on normal, you have a barracks and you've got the officer training area, which lets you kind of do some personnel-based research and upgrades. But for everything else, you need to excavate and expand it. The base is seen from a side view, kind of like a dollhouse or an ant farm. Think like Fallout Shelter or something like
that. Yeah, I was just about to bring up Fallout Shelter, except good.
Yeah, right.
Like
except worth your time.
Yeah. And money.
Yeah.
And this is these different kind of buildings you build in here in this level are going to put a cap on what you can do. Everything you do within the base takes time, which advances really slowly unless you're in the situation room scanning for activity, which advances time quickly. This is when random missions can pop up.
Right.
So basically you set your base to build and research and interrogate things. And then you go to this area and wait for aliens to show up to kill them to pass the time.
Right. That's something to do. I don't know.
Yeah. They got to go.
It's a very satisfying loop. I don't know, just like watching the globe spin.
It looks great. The sound.
Love it.
Yeah.
But in general, especially at the beginning, your resources are extremely limited. You get paid by the council at the end of each month, kind of according to your performance and how many satellites you have up. They also give you new personnel as it goes, scientists and engineers. We'll talk about that a little bit later. You are also paid depending on like which missions you select. Different missions will have different rewards.
Well, and you'll get your payment will depend on kind of overall performance as well. So it's like which missions you take, and also they really hate it if you let aliens go.
Yes.
I underdeveloped my Air Force pretty badly. So there was like a month where like and you get a little grade at this. The guy comes in and gives you an attaboy, and it taps into your school part of your brain. You're just like, yeah, I'm a good boy. And I got one month I got a D.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, oh man, they're like, well, confident you'll improve. And I'm like, well, why does this feel so bad?
grade me, evaluate me. I'm smart. I'm ever so good.
I was supposed to put Captain Crunch in here, but I just put in berries. I'm sorry. So this, that will also determine kind of your cash and your grade.
Yeah.
From this. It doesn't lead to a fail condition directly. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah. So one thing that will definitely limit your growth is the need to power your base. You're going to want to be building generators pretty much all the time. And also like tearing down your old generators to replace them with more effective ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There are also like steam vents where you can build special like super effective generators,
like geothermal generators, but you have to excavate all the way down.
Right.
For those.
Yeah.
I never tore down a building. I didn't replace them. I ended up having enough space, partly because I was very intentional about synergy.
Right.
Placing facilities next to each other will give them each bonuses and make them perform better.
Mm-hmm.
So like having, your satellite nexuses next to each other will make them better. Having your research labs near each other and better, etc.
Yeah.
So it takes some planning. Like you want to actually be a little intentional. You can't really be willy-nilly with this stuff.
Right. You want to build your little research district in your hammock district. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So development is also gated by the number of scientists and engineers that you have available. This was one of the things that really fucked me early on. Was specifically a lack of engineers.
Yep.
So
Damn.
I know, right? I'll say the world learn to code.
Learn to code. Yeah.
So
XCOM learn to code.
And that's like particularly because like a major goal at the beginning of the game that I wish was underlined a little bit more is that satellite coverage is going to make or break you.
Satellites are really poorly explained in this game.
Right.
Like not only in terms of what they do, but also how important they are, because they kind of do double duty.
Mm-hmm.
One, it's, countries with satellites won't experience abductions.
Mm-hmm.
You can find aliens around there,
mm-hmm.
Do that. And then putting up a satellite mitigates panic.
Yes, it will immediately lower panic and make it grow more slowly.
And that's really, really important. And one of the weird things about this is like, even if you could start the game with just satellite coverage over everything,
mm-hmm.
you probably don't want to, because you want that release valve when it's tactically necessary.
Yeah.
They will give you a mission where it's like, hey, here's 2 areas that are at max panic. Hello, I'm max panic. Like, which one do you choose? You can only choose one. Again, that's XCOM's trick. You want both, but you can only have one. And you choose one, and then you can maybe throw since nations don't leave the council until the end of the month, you can throw a satellite on the other.
Right.
It's really expensive. It takes a lot. You have the turning radius of a battleship. Like it is. It takes a lot of prep. But if you can do that, you can cover your bases really effectively.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of mitigate that choice.
Yeah. So like early on, I basically prioritized this to where to go from nothing to having a satellite up, it used to take like a month and a half. But if you prioritize getting engineers and scientists, you can speed up every piece of development. You can build more uplinks, you can build more power to get these there. And like eventually by the end of like the 2nd or 3rd month, I had the ability to launch 2 satellites at the end of the month wherever they were most needed.
Yeah. Well, and doing this, so like, obviously always be building a satellite.
Yeah.
But the other thing is doing that and spending your money on that and choosing to do the missions that give you additional engineers and researchers as opposed to money means outfitting your crew a little worse.
Yeah.
Because buying them these guns you've researched is going to cost money. Again, XCOM is constantly saying, here are 2 things. I know you want both of them. Which one do you want more?
Yeah.
And that is a good gameplay mechanic.
Satellites are also like mathematically necessary too, because you are presented with 3 options. They're always on different continents. The one that you do will reduce the panic on that continent by 1. The panic on every other continent will increase by 2 notches every time. So like if you are not working on satellites, you cannot mitigate the panic just by taking abductions. It is a losing game. Yeah.
Yep, it's designed to lose. So a country will leave the council when their panic level maxes out.
Mhm.
Only at the end of the month will they leave the council, and that will raise global panic. And if global panic maxes out, you lose the game.
Yeah.
It is not a fail condition to lose some countries.
No.
Like, it will happen. I lost Argentina.
Oh yeah.
By Argentina, and it's and Brazil, I think, are the two there. Those are the only ones I managed to get through the game with only losing 2 countries, but lost a couple countries.
Whew, I lost Australia, man.
Ah, not Australia, mate.
Yeah, down under, it's all it's all sectoids now.
Commander, nobody's nerf it.
Yeah, like you will still occasionally get missions in those places after a place leaves the council. Its mission or its map will be reskinned to be far more destroyed. Like bad stuff
like
happens.
Paperboy.
Yeah,
and they don't no longer subscribe.
It is like Paperboy.
You guys should have canceled your subscription to XCOM. Idiots.
Yeah.
They got Tombstone Yard.
And somehow your Cape Cod turned into a Victorian mansion. Weird.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah. Global Panic out. You have something called the Doom counter.
Yeah, I just love it. It's so board gamey.
Yeah.
Like every Call of Cthulhu game has that.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a aerial combat system in the game that is dumb.
Yeah.
And I generally found just to be like a weird resource drain. And it was I ignored it for way too long, which ended up causing the game to run longer than it should have.
Yeah.
Because I needed to grind up the ability to make super jets. But this is dumb, I think. It's the weakest part of the game by a lot.
Yeah. It's just it's not fun to interact with, and there's very little like decision making that happens here.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often either.
Right.
It's so like superfluous. Like I don't know if this is in 2, but if they brought this over unchanged into 2, I'd be very surprised if this was not either eliminated or made more robust.
Yeah. I've never heard somebody say this is their favorite part of XCOM.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No. So what happens is you have your satellites. If you have satellites in a certain area, they can scan for an alien ship. So when you're scanning for activity, sometimes you just find missions on the ground, but sometimes you see a UFO. If you have an interceptor, which are your fighter jets, in that country, because you're kind of encouraged to keep fighter jets on every continent that you have satellites on, you can send them out to shoot down the UFO.
Right.
Which is this weird little, it's like the type of game that would be played on a VMU.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Like, it's really weird.
Yeah.
They just kind of auto fight. And you have little like bonus items you can throw them to make them better.
Yeah, it's like single use items that say, hey, the next 4 shots are going to hit, or you will dodge the next, X number of shots, which are good, and getting your plane shot down is bad insofar as it's a failure, but it's just not fun to interact with.
No.
Yeah.
And there's other elements of this too. Like the idea is the UFOs outmatch you initially by quite a bit until you put some time into this. So there's this whole element of having, withdrawing your fighter jet, but then sending another one.
Yeah.
And the UFO will retain damage. But this is based on tracking. You have a chance to track the enemy. There's one of those little consumable items will do that for you.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
No.
It's just like a weird money suck. And like when I had time to put money into it, like I did, and like, yes, it made the game go on longer than it would have ordinarily, but it also, the reason why I didn't engage with it, because I didn't think it was very fun.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And about like halfway through to 2/3 of the way through, you start encountering stronger UFOs. So that is a real test on like, hey, have you been upgrading the weapons and stuff? But like, doing an autopsy or doing an interrogation and getting like, oh, here's a new missile for the so-and-so. There's a Scorpion missile. Like, yeah. Kind of lame.
It's not super fun. And the month I got my D ranking was because I ended up leaving the alien mothership.
Yeah.
Like I kept running into it and then deciding not to, because my ships kept dying. It's like, well, I haven't built the super ship.
Yeah.
Give me a fucking break. I need to find more weapon fragments.
Would you be happier if I sent all of my men into a thresher?
Yeah.
I was like, I can do that.
I sold all my weapon fragments to Horny Carl. He paid me whatever this unit of currency is.
Yeah.
In order to see what it'd be like to fuck a weapon fragment.
Yeah.
I needed the money because you guys didn't pay me. I need to buy plasma rifles for the whole team. Leave me the fuck alone.
Jeez. So shooting down a UFO always leads to a UFO crash mission. Both these and the UFO landing missions, very lucrative. We'll talk about those in the mission types.
Yeah. But and generally more advantageous than the abduction missions, which is if you fail to do this.
Right.
Which you don't get as many resources from. So the game has a fairly robust tech tree,
Mhm.
and your success long term is going to be largely dependent on this.
Yes.
Killing enemies allows you to autopsy them. Stunning them allows you to interrogate them, both of which can give you different research projects or research credits.
Yes. Love those research credits.
Yeah, feels good.
Mm-hmm. And also like capturing enemies feels very good. Like anytime a new one shows up, it's like, all right, there's a Pokemon I gotta get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the little cutscene that you get, of them like being really angry inside the cage is just satisfying and fun.
No, of course. And also
you
you
get, like,
like
they keep Magneto or something.
you also get like a good little like description of the alien biology, so it's a little bit like a monster manual entry.
Yeah.
Which I'm way into. So these will almost always yield a new item for you to use either in the tactical or aerial combat. If there isn't a new item that you can research, build, or buy, then it will give you a bonus, like we said, to like a category of research that you would do later on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So these are built once you've researched an item and have the plans for it. They're built by engineering.
Mm-hmm.
Items and armor, like weapons, armor, and items, are built instantly.
Mm-hmm.
And these basically have 3 tiers. It's like conventional to laser to plasma.
Yes.
Are the 3 tiers on all these things. They're huge improvements.
Mm-hmm.
A really common complaint when people die in this game or fall off of it is that they're not kind of rushing plasma weapons.
Right.
Because the best defense is good offense. Like you need to be able to take out aliens.
Yeah.
And later aliens who have like 20 hit points, 20, 25 hit points, like you need to be able to get through that before they kill your guys.
Yeah. Like if you do not have laser weapons by the time you start encountering your first chrysalids, you are in extremely deep trouble.
Yeah. Rough stuff.
Yes.
There's also the Foundry, which allows you to improve passively items that already exist, kind of generally, as well as do some other stuff.
Yeah. Like that's where you will build your shivs, the little drones you can make.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And of course, all of this requires money, but we mentioned some other ways that you could get paid. As you advance the timeline, you can actually get these requests from different countries that are like, hey, can we get some of those alien grenades off of you?
Yeah.
But these are almost always things that you can manufacture, and you will always sell them at a tidy profit.
Yeah. It's generally a good idea if you have the ability to make the things.
There is no moral side of being an arms dealer.
No. The gray market is good. It's not the black market. It's the gray market.
I love that they call it the gray market. Gray is like aliens. Clever. Yeah, very good.
Very cute. And the kind of trade-off of this is you're doing it for money, but building these things costs not only money, but also resources.
Yeah.
The 2 weapon fragments are one of them. Alien alloy is one of them. And Illyrium is a big one.
Yes.
Which is the alien energy source. And that's also what you're using to build certain buildings or upgrade soldiers in certain ways. So again, XCOM saying, hey, you want this stuff? You want all of it. You only get one.
Right.
So all of these things have multi-purposes. Yes, you can sell a bunch of Thin Man corpses to Horny Carl. Yeah. To to try out. But at the same time, I might need those to build mimetic skin or something.
Yeah. Or to make gas grenades is another big one of these. And this can unintentionally fuck you, especially if you sell the bodies of an early enemy that pops up. Because you're going to stop encountering those as often.
Yes.
Yeah. Thin Men become much less common later on.
Yes. Other than council missions where they show up like gangbusters for some reason.
Of course.
The council will send you on special missions. Those always have good rewards, or they're kind of like plotty.
Yeah.
They're not connected to the main plot, but they feel more plot-ish.
Yeah. They'll have like a voiced NPC in it.
Yeah. Tend to be fun. And then when there are abductions, you get to choose multiple ones. The aliens always abduct in 3s. We kind of talked about how the panic differential, you'll get rewards for that. It's usually 200 currency, 4 scientists or 4 engineers. Sometimes you'll get an upgraded unit though, which is another way that the game kind of makes it so you're less likely to just fuck yourself over. If you have lost your veteran heavy, which is a bummer, you might get a mission that offers you one. Yeah. And you just get a fully trained unit kind of right from the start.
And what's good is their upgrades have not been decided already, so you can shape them immediately when you add them into your crew.
Yeah, because there's definitely the upgrades. generally there are only a few like absolute duds. Generally, they're just going to fit your playstyle.
Yes.
So for me, there is like a canon version of every class. Like there's just the upgrades I prefer that match my general playstyle.
Yeah.
And not having to get around, work with those other ones is useful to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So. If you don't pick squad sight, you're a cop.
No, squad sight's very good.
Yeah.
I actually have a sniper without that, just because I wanted to try it.
Yep.
Since squad sight is so good.
Yeah. Cool.
It's okay. It's good. It's a different way of playing a sniper. Like you bring snipers in with the crew.
Yeah, as opposed to leaving them back.
Instead of like hanging back, and they end up being this weird utility thing to do high damage, and also use their scouting grenade more.
Yes.
And I love their scouting grenade.
I never used that.
It's good.
Yeah.
Scouting is not easy in this game, as we'll talk about in the second half. So like there's a use case for the non-squad sight. It's not as good, but it's not like just dog shit.
Right. Yeah. And that's a preview of the second half of the episode.
Yep. Just being like, this is good. I never used it. All right.
Okay. I can be more argumentative. How dare you not pick squad sight?
Like, whatever gets the people at the Patreon door.
Okay.
Man.
All right.
We got to shake our money makers, Commander. Yeah. Put on these pasties, Commander.
Let's talk about the development.
Yeah. So there are a few different attempts to update XCOM after its initial heyday in the mid-90s. The mid-90s XCOM games are really playable, really fun, like absolute all-time classic bangers. Like those games are so good. I prefer this one because of ease of use and because the presentation matters, but like if a version of the show where we only did the 90s XCOM would have also been all right.
Yeah, if we did Enemy from the Deep or whatever it is.
Well, that one's really hard.
Yeah.
That one's really cool because it's Lovecraftian undersea shit, but God, that one's hard. Yeah. The original XCOM though is pretty well balanced, and has a lot of familiar stuff to this game.
Yeah. But like after that heyday, like XCOM reboots kind of became infamous vaporware, specifically something called XCOM Alliance, which was an attempt to make this into like a tactical first-person shooter. The way that I saw the gameplay described made it seem a little bit like Rainbow Six, which might have been fun.
Maybe
I don't know. It wouldn't be more fun than the strategy game. But that went through like 3 different teams at Microprose between 1995 and 2002. Before Microprose ultimately folded, and the
consumed
IP
by
went
macro
over to
poetry. Its opposite number.
Oh yeah, just oof. I don't know how to +1 that, so I'll continue.
Haiku.
Yeah.
Haiku Kaiju.
Haiku Kaiju. There we are. Yeah.
There we go.
But the IP then went to Atari.
Yeah. Yep. So the eventually 2K purchased it from Atari and set about to make another shooter beginning in 2005, which would eventually become the Bureau XCOM Declassified.
Right.
This went through a lot of different phases. The Wikipedia entry for this game is really interesting. And it was developed by 2K Marin, who I have a lot of affection for because of BioShock 2.
Right.
Ended up in their hands. So I was kind of interested in it. It has a really bad reputation.
Yeah.
Announced in 2010, came out in 2013. It is a third-person kind of tactical shooter that is a period piece in the 60s.
Yeah.
Which I think is a cool idea.
Yep.
But apparently the AI on your units is so bad as to be like nigh unplayable is what I've read.
Yeah.
So
I'd be curious to try it out. I would also be curious if somebody had modded it to make it more functional.
That'd be cool.
Just given how enthusiastic this community is.
Oh yeah.
But the Bureau XCOM Declassified, just it was extremely disappointing, like from its announcement, and led to just all kinds of drama and stuff. But this version had actually began development in 2008, kind of just with the intention of making a more faithful version of the original titles from the 90s.
Yeah. This is largely because the lead designer of this game, Jake Solomon, was a big fan of the XCOM games as a child.
Right.
And every other Friday, the team set aside time to play the original. This is, we talk about like our remake, in terms of like all-time best remakes. This is up there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't spent very much time with the originals, but like the actual product of this is very good, and everything that I have read, like including the opinion of what's his name, Gollop, the original designer, makes this seem very, very faithful.
It's incredibly faithful.
Yeah. So it went through a bunch of different revisions, kind of sanding it down through these iterations, mostly to make it feel right on both PC and console, just giving it a wider release to justify its huge budget. And to accomplish this and to make sure that it felt right, they didn't just keep on playing the original. They also developed a board game version of XCOM with the help of Sid Meier to kind of like rapidly prototype the game systems.
Yeah. And it feels like a board game.
Yes.
In a lot of ways, which is a good feel to me. The music was composed by Michael McCann, who is the composer behind Human Revolution, which we have done. And the music's good.
Very good.
In XCOM. The game's visual style is influenced by action figure design. The game looks really good.
It does, yeah. Color design is fantastic.
Yep, really, really good. The alien design is really good. There's tons of detail. The characters don't look like people. They don't look realistic.
No.
To me, especially like, it's real weird naming them all after like my friends and network people who are all like ectomorphs and endomorphs respectively.
Right.
And then, it's like we range the gamut of weight classes from Nick Glauber to Will Hughes and nothing in between. But then having them all be these Gears of War style beef boys in bulky armor, but they look good. There's tons of detail, like the way that the aliens act. When they do things, there's all these little things I was looking at online, like the zombie things that you get from the chrysalids will start bleeding from the mouth before they burst.
It's very good.
I'm like, that's a really cool detail. Like, is it? And above, just because I want to draw a big line under it, those destructible environments do so much fucking work. Like these spaces look really lived in and good.
Yeah.
I would love to explore them in first person. In addition to exploring them in this kind of like action figure view and watching them kind of explode and burst. Just looks absolutely incredible. There's a mission that is part of the DLC, which we'll talk about in the second half, that just is like you're basically in Xavier's mansion, blowing it up, and it's really fun. Yeah. So good shit.
Yeah. Extremely good presentation.
Yeah.
So both Enemy Unknown and Enemy Within have really active modding scenes. The most well known is an expansive one called Long War, which brings forward a lot of features from the original series, builds things out and makes base development a little bit more robust. And that is kind of considered to be a canonical playthrough for a lot of folks.
Yep. I can see myself trying it for sure. Some of those mods were actually released through the developer in something called like I think the second wave. What's it called? Second. Second.
Yes, it's the second wave, I think is what it's called.
I said it earlier.
Yeah.
A lot of those kind of specific tweaks were always in the game's kind of ability and were done for modders and then got officially added.
Yeah.
So you can kind of tweak this down. That's where you can make real save scumming. Some of them are advantageous. Most of them are challenge mode kind of thing. So giving aliens like reaction shots in the first turn they see you.
Yeah.
Which they generally cannot do. They usually just scramble for cover. Is one of those things that modders put in, and also the game developers actually incorporate into the game.
So both Enemy Unknown and Enemy Within reviewed really, really well. Considered to be the best strategy games, kind of that of that era, of that part of the 21st century. And won tons of rewards and things like that, including like Julian Gallup, like we said, the designer of the original XCOM, was really pleased with it, but kind of, bemoaned the loss of, certain systems.
Yeah, it's sanded down a little bit.
Yeah.
Like it's still, on the video game curve, this is incredibly robust and complex. On the XCOM curve, it is less so.
Right.
But I think this actually is almost entirely additive. Like I like where this lands. This is not ungrognardy. Like you can be as grognardy as you want to be on this shit.
Yeah, you can really sweat the small stuff here.
Yeah. So it hits that balance really, really well for me. We mentioned there's a sequel, XCOM 2, which was less well received, is my understanding, until they released an expansion for that.
Yeah. The expansion sounds really cool. Basically,
awesome.
It puts you up against enemy hero units.
Yeah. Sounds really, really good. And the plot is really neat. It flips the script. Like instead of being, the aliens basically win.
Yeah.
And
like
what is it like to be a terrorist?
It takes place in an alternate timeline where the aliens took over Earth's government, kind of became a Vichy government. capitulating to them, and you act as like the resistance, trying to go from nothing to reclaiming Earth for yourself.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Like I 1000% have an XCOM 2 playthrough in me, assuming I don't die.
Same.
Like I just it sounds really, really cool to me, and I'm just absolutely goo for XCOM right now because it's tactics year on 2020 WoF.
It was real hard to stop playing this.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's one of those ones that got under my skin.
Good feeling. So that's going to be it for this part of the episode. We're going to be talking about mission types, enemy types, hero units, things like that, and the general shape of the plot of the game in the second half, which is for patrons. If you're hearing this, this is on the public feed. We appreciate you listening.
Yeah.
If you would like to hear the full episode and another 12 episodes or 11 episodes of premium full watch out for fireballs content, hit us up at patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv.
Yeah. If you're curious what the kind of full slate of offerings is at the tier where you would get this premium episode, go to $5buckducks.com to see everything, including all the WoF episodes, the unfilmable episodes, and the most recent seasons of Bonfireside Chat.
Yep. Yeah, we know your money's valuable. We want you to feel good about spending it. We want to give you a lot of stuff in return.
Yeah, and you get it all at once.